What is Gucci YouTube? Yes, sir. Ski. It's your boy Black Chat 3. Long face, skinny body. We are back still black with some more fire Boruto anime manga content. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, share the video with your friends, and keep running it up. Yes, sir. Ski. Let's hop into the business.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Okay, with Boruto episode 287 officially kicking off the Code arc, Ada's debut officially occurring at the end of the episode. Manga readers already know what we are in store for the upcoming few episodes. Now, just to warn y'all, this is not a spoiler friendly. This is not a spoiler safe video. I will be talking about manga content, right? We're going to be discussing my guy Daemon and his ShinJutsu abilities. Manga readers know what we're talking about. Now, ShinJutsu, referred to as, the original form of jutsu, not requiring the molding of chakra. Don't get it misconstrued, right? ShinJutsu still requires chakra, but it doesn't require the molding of chakra, similar to how ninjutsu does, and resulting in change of chakra natures and all of these different jutsus we see in the Naruto world. But we've officially seen the debut of ShinJutsu. Even though we already seen Ishiki's undergoing throughout the anime, we didn't understand what it was at the time. But now with Code and his fighting style debut, we understand how smooth and how fluid this man will be moving through those claw marks. Not only that, but it literally just takes the wave of a finger, a nail, or even his whole hand if he wants to, depending on the amount and the capacity of claw marks he wants to relay onto the battlefield. So watching Code versus these guards gave me the understanding and the idea, well, not necessarily the manga hasn't been portraying it as faithfully as it could have, but the anime gives us a better understanding of how Code will operate onto the battlefield. And then that leads me to believe this guy Daemon, right? There's a couple of things surrounding around Daemon. Not only does he have ShinJutsu similar to Code, but it's confirmed from the words of Amato that Daemon's ShinJutsu comes from Shiba Otsutsuki himself. Now, as of whether that's the same case for Code, it is very debatable, but we do understand Code has ShinJutsu himself. So with Daemon, essentially we understand that he's able to reflect any and all attacks and reflect any intentions, negative intent against them. So you can't even think wrong or think sideways about this man, as Kawaki proved to us right then and there once he was getting debriefed on Daemon's abilities, and Daemon sitting there with the smug look on his face like, yeah, this is true. Like, basically niggas can't touch me. Now, off rip, we view this as like an OP-ass ability, untouchable-ass ability. Well, how can anybody in that case fight him? Like, literally just having to empty their mind or not think when they go against Daemon's. But understanding the one weakness or the simple counter for Daemon's ability, his reflection ability, being that he has to place his palm on another person in order for it to work. Now, that is the only requirement. So he cannot be paying attention. He could be sleeping. He can be eating. He could be drinking. He could be walking down the street. If his palm is touching somebody, he is untouchable. You can't even think about this man the wrong way, because the minute you think, the higher the bloodlust, the higher the intent of harm against Daemon, the more stronger the reflection will be. And we see when Daemon is introduced and his fighting style is introduced, similar to Code. Now, one thing, first of all, let me just digress and just tell y'all this, right? This guy Boro needed to do a better job of hiring guards, because they have to understand when they are outmatched, not just going there blaze swinging, ending up with their heads cut off and claw marks popping out through their chest, right? But back to the main topic at hand. Daemon sees Boro's guards and he completely mollywops all of them. And side note, this guy Bug is a op, because you've been working in this facility with those guards. Mind you, me being the good citizen that I would be like, yo, y'all chill out. Code just came in here. He woke up Ada and Daemon, so just let it be. But nah, he's watching people get their heads cut off and their arms slit, right? But we get to see essentially how Daemon's ability starts to work. And at first, it's a little bit unclear, but every time he reflects an attack versus the guards, his palms or necessarily hands will be placed on to another guard or onto someone else. He started off initially on top of Code's back, jumping onto another guard's back, kicking another guard, and then punching another guard, and ultimately having one guard cut off his own head, which is wild because then looking at it off of that surface level, we were like, essentially nobody can fight Daemon. But what makes him so powerful is the more people to fight against him, the less likely you are to win. As crazy as it seems, you have to fight Daemon one-on-one to beat this man. But then that goes into, are you faster and are you stronger than him? This guy is extremely OP. It's not just the abilities, it's not just the hacks. But one thing I wanted to talk about, because the reflection ability is pretty obvious, you know, him placing his palm on somebody and figure out all of that stuff right there. What thing I want to talk about though is Daemon's speed. The first thing we see once this guy is introduced into the story is he literally split bits his code and nobody realizes it inside of the room what's going down. Essentially probably Ada catches on, but he just appears on top of this man Code's back while the smoke from the capsule is still being released, so nobody even saw him exit out of the capsule. Now I've been seeing a lot of speculations, more so heavy earlier on and more so heavy prior to Daemon's reflection ability getting explained, some emphasis or some speculations of Daemon's sensing or Daemon's speed ability. Now, this is something to take note of right here. One of the first things we see this guy do is simply disappear before everybody's eyes, randomly pop up in front of Code's back, right? And then when we see him facing the guards, not only are they not able to pinpoint his location, essentially their thoughts and, you know, their intentions are fighting against them, because you can't think anything about this guy once he is fighting, but nobody is able to actually keep their eyes on him in the battlefield. And then we go even further down the line when Daemon is boxing No Limited Code, right? At this point, Code feeling like he can't lose to anybody, isn't even able to land a punch on this guy Daemon. Not only that, gets split bits not once, not twice, but damn near 3 times against this guy. He gets split bits and isn't able to counter or react in time to Daemon's speed or Daemon's attack to what was going on at the time. So one thing is to take note is Daemon probably has some type of crazy hack speed ability. Now, one thing you could just say, well, it's just natural, or they just want to pinpoint that he's faster than everybody else that he's encountered, which can be one thing in its own. But essentially, we understand when that goes down in manga format and anime format, the speed lines, the intention of showing you that this person possibly used not even a substitution jutsu, but they just moving that quick will let you know, okay, that's essentially how fast they are in terms of making regular movements. With Daemon, it's like he's there and then he's not, similar to how when they first saw Jigen and then understand that he was shrinking himself. And we understand Daemon can't shrink himself. He doesn't have Ishiki's abilities. But next time we see Daemon do this same type of move is when he makes it into the Hidden Leaf Village. He sees Boruto and Kawaki for the first time. Ada is the one to step through the house first, right? And Boruto confronts and sees Ada and is about to let out his words, and then all of a sudden Daemon is on top of Boruto's back. Now Kawaki, who just freakishly powered up and is labeled and dubbed the strongest person in the Hidden Leaf Village, was not able to react to that at all. He randomly was surprised by the fact that there is a little kid on top of Boruto's back, and then upon going to attack Daemon, while he's still on Boruto's back, mind you, his reflection ability is kicking in, but once he removes his palms and hands off of Boruto, mollywops both of them without them even getting a chance to react to his movements, let alone his actual attack. So it lets me to believe that the anime will give us some type of insight or some type of clarification onto, is Daemon just freakishly fast, or does this guy have some type of teleportation or enhanced speed ability that also coincides with his reflections? Because we understand Ada has multiple abilities. Code was seen with multiple abilities. Everybody has multiple abilities. Even Momoshiki, who has the most broken ability, right, of absorbing other abilities, still has more than one ability. For now, we just see Daemon with the reflection ability. So something like teleportation might be a thing that we should keep our eye out for. However, with episode 288 and episode 289 coming up, both titled Captives and Slaves, I believe, or Capabilities and Captives, right? So it gives me the belief of understanding the way the synopsis went down. 288 just describing or emphasizing on the things that occurred at the end of 287, with Ada being introduced, her Sharingan, and her aligning with Code. And then 289 mentioning Ada to introduce Code to someone, us understanding that that's someone being Daemon. So possibly the end of episode 288 or even the start of episode 289, we are going to see Daemon officially in action and have a better representation to understand how this guy ability actually worked. But all in all, aside from the speed, aside from the hypothetical teleporting ability, Daemon's reflection ability is something that I'm really looking forward to seeing being animated and seeing frame by frame how he's able to maneuver and actually utilize this ability on screen with actual fluidity being put in motion. But let me know how y'all feel about the entire situation, and what do y'all think Daemon's second ability or third ability, possibly other abilities, can even be aside from the reflection, and how do y'all feel like the anime will portray Daemon's reflection ability itself upon his introduction? It's your boy Black Uchiha 3. Comment below, leave your thoughts, and share the video with your friends, and don't forget to join the Discord. Let's get it. Holla at your mama, holla at y'all. Black Uchiha, yes sir, ski.
We take a trip to the sky, show them that our limit's too high.
Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said